Hello, one and all. How are you this fine evening? This late night on a Tuesday evening? It is 10 o'clock. Maybe it's late, maybe it's not. Depends on who you are. But tonight we are drawing Crusher Joe per Bullet request. I think it was Bullet. So it's a manga. I think Crusher Joe's the name of the series. Might be the name of the main guy in it. I do not know. That's who I think I'm going to draw, the main guy in it. Of course, nobody's probably gotten a notification because, I've got 4 or 5 things out today. Let me put a thing out on Twitter here. As draw Crusher Joe. I'll show you another idea too. I thought there's a lot of people there. Well, we got 2 people here. Cool. Who is here? I'm just putting a link in Discord to let people know that I am on. Not that there's a lot of people on Discord from here. I should put that link in the chat too, or in the thing at some point. Okay, so that's on now. Uh-huh. Please be sure you are hitting the like button as well and sharing this out. Notifications aren't going out tonight because I've put out like 4 or 5 videos. I did my verse of the day, high noon. I did the cosplay video for Comic Con. And of course, I did 2 Ink of the Days to catch up to today. Hey, Evan. I am here from the Discord, probably. Yeah, I just put the link in Discord, so a couple people that are on Discord would know that I'm on. If you want, share it out, please. So people know I'm here. Hey, I'm here to be here. Hey, Bullet. Anybody want in or put out the link to Cos Comics 1 with Manny and such? So, anybody want in? Hey, Shinobi, how are you? What if I don't want? Still, uh, what's the guy in blue? Since I'd like to get in. Okay, okay. Give me a sec, Shinobi. I gotta find you on YouTube. Not YouTube. I need one of those DM tweets. I think we're following each other. SH. IN. SHIN. Okay, it does want to show you. Oh, there we go. It's now OBI _RA. Ah, there we go. Next. Hey, Josh. Okay, so Control V. Hello, Josh, but not Joshua. Bullet, what is the guy with the blue vest name? That way I might be able to get some better pics of him. Since that's fine here. I just went say that Joe. So Joe is Joe and thing. Yeah, that's going to be easy to find him. Joe from Crusher Joe. Rick, you need to rename the show. Why do I need to rename the show? Cross Comics After Dark. Oh, that's not too bad. I thought about that one too. For the name. When I do Dorito, there's lots of images when I Dorito Crusher Joe. Tons of images. Oh, there's Shinobi.
Ah, there we are. So,
Hey, how are you, Shinobi?
all right. So, what are we drawing?
I'm drawing Joe from Crusher Joe. It's an anime. I do animes.
Oh,
Anime
I feel
Tuesday.
like I should know that one.
But you do not have to draw that. You can draw whatever you want. I don't make my guests draw what I draw.
I figured as much. I just thought to myself, I feel like I should know that one.
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't know most of them that I draw for anime. So
Right.
Bullet says it's a classic. Josh, but not Joshua Hughes. I just say that because got to differentiate. Because if I say Josh,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna think Joshua Hughes.
Yeah. I posted a YouTube video of me drawing Wolverine, and so far it has about 9 likes.
Oh.
That has got to have the most likes from a video.
For you?
Yeah, for me.
Oh, well, that's a good then, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking it was
No.
not good, and I was gonna say, oh, don't worry, I've gotten less on stuff.
I mean, a lot of my videos get more views than likes, so
Yeah. Let's see. Evan says Shinobi should stream this on D Live so I can go home. Bullets. I don't endorse any particular search engine, Evan. So I Dorito things.
Right.
Is Dorito a search engine? Or do you have any clue? It's all right if you don't. I don't either.
Yeah.
So are you drawing anything tonight, or?
Yeah, I just had to find it.
Okay. Sounds like somebody's got a bit of a cold there.
Yeah, it's been that kind of a week.
Well, it says Doritos are a chip brand. I know that.
Yeah. That's like not knowing what Coke is.
It's a drug.
Yes,
A highly illegal drug.
yes, depending on the context. And there.
But yeah, I know what you meant. Coca-Cola, obviously. Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got someone watching. Bullet says, let's
That's
all go
awesome.
to the map. Yeah, I figured I might try and do Tuesday. Since nothing's happening on Tuesday nights, I might try and do
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, I mean, before ERTs would do his bullpen, but he moved that to Mondays and Thursdays, so Tuesdays are
Yeah,
pretty free for everyone.
yeah. Well, I used to do like a 10 o'clock show, but Manny sort of took over the time slot, and I just said, okay, I'll
Right.
go down to one.
Hang on, I think I need to do something about the opacity here. There.
I don't need to. That is going to be.
Uh, you you have or had
Go ahead.
you have or had an Indiegogo camp or some kind of crowdfunding campaign going on, didn't you?
Not at the moment. I'm working towards that. Well, technically, about 2 years ago or something like that, I did a Kickstarter that
Oh,
failed miserably. That was before I got involved with everybody.
right.
Nobody knew who I was and all that. I was barely starting up on YouTube and all that. Um, but right now, I'm in the middle of redrawing my Canadian Shield that I had back
Fair
then.
enough.
Because I've improved a lot since I initially drew it. So
Right.
first drawing every day. So I figured,
Right.
and I wanted to look a lot better than it did
Right.
going live with this community. So hopefully in January I'll be having an Indiegogo
That'd be nice.
for the Canadian Shield. I know a lot of talking there just to make a stupid little point.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know who made that comment or but they know about my D Live account and I've been doing my streams there because there I can there I have the luxury of playing music without having to worry about getting hit with copyright strikes.
Yeah,
So that way I can just focus on drawing more and less rambling,
yeah,
which is easy to do when it's just you.
yeah. That's what I hate about YouTube. You can't have the music on in the background,
Yeah,
or
because
it's gonna be, or you got to make sure it's
copyright free. Which unless you know somebody who knows where to go or it's from their own library, it's really hard to get away with it.
yeah. It's just crazy. This his arm is way too big, too thick. Evan says the sadness that is not being recognized. He's the one that was saying D Live earlier.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, but I wasn't really looking at the chat at the time, and I didn't catch who it was.
Yeah, he just probably heard me say it. Evan, give him a break. Maybe a Kit Kat break.
Break off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Just don't break his arms or his legs. Or anything else
Yeah, I need those.
on his body. Not that everyone would be trying to break your arms or legs. But. So, how is everybody out there in the chat tonight? So, what's this from that you're drawing? Is it from your comic or?
Well, it's kind of a crossover piece. The girl in the pajama type is one of my characters, and the other character is Gwenpool.
Oh, yeah.
Which I understand made a comeback.
Let's see. Bullet says he's on the live. JP is streaming furry stuff. Okay, that sounds. I'm not sure what that sounds. Scary. Yeah.
I don't know
Sounds scary.
I don't know how that community works.
I don't want to know how that community works. Although, I think I saw one at the Comic-Con that I was at this weekend.
Yeah. Those are those guys that dress up in animal costumes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether somebody's just dressing up to dress up like an animal, or whether they actually want to be furious.
Yeah, that's
Well, what does that say about people who are wearing the animal costumes because they're a mascot for a team or a shop or something? You want to call those guys furries too, because that's a thing.
True.
No.
Furries might consider them furries, but I wouldn't.
So, Rick, I hear you got more Trudeau.
Yeah, unfortunately. At least it's a minority government, which means he doesn't have quite as much power.
Hmm.
So it means that we could be going to federal elections in 6 months, a year, before the 4 years is up.
Mm-hmm.
So depends on how well or bad he does. So maybe we're back at the polls in 6 months to a year, and he's getting even less votes.
Was it even
He got more
close?
votes. Pardon?
Was it close?
He got 157. They got 157 seats. Technically 13 more, and he would have had enough to rule the roost. Just. He would have been just in.
Right.
But the Conservatives had like 121. But I looked at something else, and technically they got more of the votes. It's just the liberals got more of the seats. If that the conservative vote just got spread out a lot more.
Right.
Now they didn't have more of the vote by much, like a percentage at best, a percentage and a half, something like that. Evan says, "Is that Trusty? Trusty should stream on Diva Live so I can go home." Trusty, you say, "Sorry, Evan."
Maybe next time I stream.
Yeah.
But I would want it to go on YouTube also. But I know the StreamYard now they do multi-streaming. So
Yeah. If you get one of their plans.
oh,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was saying something the last week or so. Actually, having it a couple weeks ago, it said it made it look like even the basic was going to have that, but I looked at it and it's no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the basic is gonna have it. I think you have to get the premium plan, whatever it's called, to get it on the multi-stream, which is a shame because
Yeah.
I think if they were to cut their rate down to like $10 a month, they might get more takers and make up the difference, in charging more and having fewer people, take part.
Yeah, if they do that, I could basically promote my. I could promote my tip jar better, which I really need to be doing whenever I go on streams anyway.
Yeah.
Open a Patreon or something.
I've done that. Opened a Patreon. I got 4 patrons right now. I'm
Wow.
looking for more, of course, but it's hard. It's hard getting patrons.
Yeah.
And I even
People have to-
provide some pretty good perks.
Yeah, I can't guarantee when I'll do anything, so I don't think Patreon would work for me right now.
Yeah. I guess it's hard for people if they're subscribing to more than one person. It's like, who should just like finding that one guy that you want to subscribe to and just keep him.
I'd have to have like the Pope Fire perk, which entitles you to one 8.5 by 11 commission each month.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, heck, you should almost do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have done nothing Starfire-wise.
I've got 3 or 4 Starfires that I've drawn. I should actually... But nobody's even bought them.
Right.
Or the cult. I've done a Raven, and nobody from the Cult of Ravens bought that either, so...
Yeah.
Both Raven and Starfire were at my booth this weekend. Well, sort of. Well, Raven was actually at my booth. Starfire wasn't really at. She was just around. So, got a picture of both of them, and neither one bought.
Uh,
So now I'm trolling the Cult of Raven about that
there you go.
every so often.
Well, on average, cosplayers don't really buy comic-related stuff.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
there to look good in front of the camera. They're just
And
there to
maybe
get
win
pictures.
some prize money.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh.
But we enjoy their talents too.
Yes. Oh, that's Nightwing and his daughter from the future, I guess it was.
Yeah, from the Kingdom Come.
Yeah, I remember.
No. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about D Live, or not D Live, StreamYards. When you got somebody sharing their screen, especially if you want to show everybody,
Whoa.
the share screen becomes the biggest thing.
Right.
Well, especially if you got more than one person.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, right? So
Yes.
not much you can do.
Nope. Not much you can do about it.
Bullet says he bought Tokyo Dark specifically for Detective Club, but I haven't had a chance to play it. Laugh out loud.
Hmm.
I guess that's. Bullet says I could stream a detective game, Evan. Eagle says the detective game is a lie. I thought he says I have a detective game backlog building up.
Right.
Okay, that's just more him and Eagle talking, I think. Maybe Evan. I like to cover my chat. They don't like when you ignore them. They begin to go wild.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't like it when they ignore me either.
Right. Especially when you typed in something that you want them to see, and it's like, hey, you ignored what I wanted you to see.
For those that are wondering, a slight update on my prints, actually,
All
that
right,
I was
let's hear it.
supposed to get last week. Give me a second. I need to get up my email. I was going to ask people's opinion, but I just decided to go with this. So they were trying to give me a call to ask me about one of these three options, but my phone's down. So they went, hello. So I just told them they had to, tell me what they wanted via email. So they went, hello, Mr. Rick Piper. Thank you for your email. With regards to your order, which has now been returned to the sender, we can offer you one of three options. We can reprint it for you free of charge and send it by express delivery. We can offer you a credit to your customer account equivalent to double the amount you paid for the order, or we can issue you a full refund. We look forward to hearing back from you at your earliest convenience. So I was really trying to decide between number one and number three. Getting a reprint and getting it sent to me,
Right.
Yeah.
or just getting a full refund. But I ultimately went for the reprint. It doesn't matter when it gets me now.
Right.
Although I'd like it as soon as possible, but I figure it's already paid for at this point. So if they get it to me, maybe I can start selling prints online, at least. So, for some people, and maybe sell some prints in real life too. I think I can get a few people at my church that like my stuff, my character, to maybe buy it for, the $10 or whatever. So slowly make money off it that way.
Yeah.
So there's that update.
Yeah.
So what was the deal? Were they not able to get it to you in time, or was there something wrong with what they did? What?
Well, I ordered it and it was supposed to get to me last Monday. this Monday that just passed, but Monday before that.
Right.
And from what I could tell, they had it done, but it sat around their warehouse for like days, for almost a week.
Oh no. Okay.
And I had paid for it to be shipped as fast as possible that they had available. So, I get on when it's basically not there on the Monday, and I know it's saying it hasn't basically been picked up on the Monday. I'm like, what the freak's going on? A lot nicer than that, and nicer. And I got a bit of a run around. Eventually, it was like by Thursday, it was going somewhere else, basically being sent back, and it's like, okay. At one point, I did ask for my refund, but full refund, but it didn't. Well, I could have got it there, obviously,
Yeah.
Didn't happen beforehand, so. It's like, I got my business cards from them fine and good,
Okay, the same place that did your business cards was doing your prints. All right.
Yeah. So, I got a good price, like for 1,000 of them, $90 Canadian, basically. So, I didn't think the price was too bad. I'm not sure what the print quality. It's supposed to be 130G on glossy. Oh, hello, Haunted Booze. How are you? So.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I said, I emailed them back, said which one. I thought about it for a bit, and then, just like I said, I think I can make the money back and all that through selling it online or giveaways too,
Right.
Somebody buys something, on my auction, maybe they get a free print,
There you go. Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Because they only cost it like I said, $90. So can't go wrong for the price, I don't think. And as much as it's nice to have a lot of stock. Evan says, "Is this on DB Live yet?" No, unless somebody wants to somehow stream snipe it over on D Live.
Oh, what?
Evan saying, "Is this on D Live yet?" And I'm like, "No, unless somebody wants to somehow stream snipe it over there."
Well, let's see. Let me.
I don't know whether that's possible or not, though. Can you view a YouTube thing on D Live?
Hold on, I probably have to set.
Like through your browser?
Well, I'm gonna test it. Let's test that theory.
There we go. Okay.
Evan just says, "I have your blessing to snipe this." Yes, Evan.
Go for it.
Do it.
Hey, if it's gonna get me more views or people that's liking my stuff somehow.
Crap. Okay, so I'm going to test this thing. There we are. Okay, so we'll start streaming.
Shinobi Raccoon is live on D Live.
Yay!
Let's go see.
Hang on, let me.
There.
There.
Okay, come on, refresh. There we go.
Okay. Okay, so.
So it's working?
It seems to be. What do you see on your end, Trusty?
I see that Ali Perkins 705 just followed. I see Benjamin Plays 1080p just followed, and Evan Hotep just donated 1 diamond.
Cool.
Cool.
Was this from? This looks. I don't know. Was this from earlier?
It probably was.
So it carries over like that?
Apparently, it seems to.
Okay. Well then, never mind. Got excited over nothing.
But for those of you who are popping in on D Live, I'm testing to see how D Live snipes YouTube.
Of course, now I'm seeing your screen. I'm not seeing the StreamYard screen, so I'm not seeing Rick or myself.
Okay, just a second.
Well, the thing that I've got up for is the big thing. Well, as you can probably see on YouTube, is Shinobi's. More off to the side.
Hang on, I'm gonna.
Well, it says, "Yeah, let's stream snipe it. I'll be able to shoot them, and they will never know."
Maybe it doesn't. Let's see. I think mine was on Microsoft Edge. Okay, so
Jeez, he looks too much like Archie.
Late nights. Okay.
Hey, good dog. Shinobi loved your ghost Wolverine. Awesome drawing.
Oh,
you coming on? You coming on, good dog? Manny?
Yeah, apparently I had to. Yeah, apparently Inktober 22 was Ghosts, had something involved with Ghosts, and I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you said goats.
Ghost.
I thought goats would have been more interesting.
There's a prompt for every day.
Yeah, I didn't know what the prompt was. I was just wanted to do an Inktober thing, and
I got all the prompts for you here, basically who I'm doing on my characters for each day. Listed out. Tomorrow the word is ancient.
this is not working out very well.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Yeah.
It's
We got a pretty on the chat.
Hey.
Scott, well, she says aloha. He's sculpting right now. Yeah. He can sculpt live, can't he? Then again, he's
not if he doesn't want to give away his secrets.
Then again, he probably can't get the camera that close. I'm working on some tail. Well, that could be a little bit double entendre.
Perhaps I need to do it.
But how is it going, Manny and Skunk Girl? Not bad working on this script so Potfire doesn't beat me again. So,
yes, now that she's on the mend, her strength is returning. So best get back to work.
Okay.
So did everybody go and watch the video on her channel about the truth about Skunk Girl?
yeah.
Nice.
It was funny.
I did it
Oh,
actually.
and just so everybody knows here, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, I am on the Bro edition of Drawn and Quarter.
Oh, that's right. What have you been doing to prepare?
Not as much as I should. Well, yesterday I actually drew a Green Lantern.
All right, good.
Government thing. I've worked up a little bit of a sketch that I may go with or may not go with. Kyle's my favorite one.
They've got that one Green Lantern that's just a planet. You could do that one.
Yeah, Mogo.
Finish up pretty quick and then just spend the rest of the night, poking fun.
I put Edwin tweeted it, and I was like second or third one to tweet back at it, and what did I write here? I just
want to know if anybody's going to do Gnort. Really think we need at least one Gnort. Is the G silent? I don't know.
I don't know, but this is what I put. I might be a little green to the rest of the artists, but my lantern will shine bright that day and hopefully make it a blackest night for them. The pun sure is coming.
Oh boy.
And Edwin actually liked it, so that's cool too.
If only they were drawing the Punisher that night when you were on. That would be just too perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually glad. I like Green Lantern a lot. I'm probably going to do Kyle. I know some people said not to. Kyle's my favorite out of all of them. And the one thing I thought of is having him here projecting a Canadian shield and then a Vote Cross Comics.
There you go. Yeah, do something that you enjoy, character that you like, so that when all's said and done, you've got that, at the end.
Yeah. That with whatever you want to call it, the first time that I almost won. I'm glad I didn't win that week really now because it was Stranger Things the next week. And
oh yeah, no. Do you watch Stranger Things?
No, yeah. I've heard about it, never seen an episode. So I wouldn't have known what to draw, really. Not that doesn't affect me. I've never drawn this character before yet. I'm drawing him right now, doing an all right job. And then the second time that I almost won, it would have been bad the next week. I would have had to rush home because I help out with the kids at church on every other Wednesday, and it would have been a Wednesday that I was out there. So sometimes I don't get home till 11, depending on buses. So it just would have been a pain in the butt. So this week it's nice and easy. I don't have to worry about anything, and it's a character that I know and love. Green Lantern's like in my top 5. And especially Kyle. I like Kyle because he's the artist.
Oh, that's right. He is.
And, I knew about Hal and Alan and maybe not so much John and Guy before it, but I really got into reading Green Lantern when Kyle took over. because that was the time that I really started buying comics especially superhero ones on an ongoing basis, just after the death of Superman.
Right.
And that's when Hal Jordan went crazy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I really hated that when they did that.
Oh, my. Uh,
And then he was the Spectre for a while. That was a little weird. Still kept with the green theme and all.
right.
Yeah, he was the Spectre for a while.
That's right. Raggedy says, if there's no Gnort, we riot. Somebody at least needs to put a Gnort in the background. But I'll bet if Gary's there, I'll bet he'll do a Gnort.
I definitely thought of doing Mogo. I did think of doing Mogo in the background.
Right.
Mine. It's an easy draw, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Thanks. There we go. I think I got it set up the way I want to.
Good dog. Yeah. What hasn't Good Dog seen yet? The Skunk Girl. The Truth About Skunk Girl video.
Okay, so Manny's in the chat, Raggedy Man's in the chat, Bullets in the chat, and and Skunk Girl is in the chat. Cool.
Yeah, we got 9 people watching at the moment. So
Awesome. So apparently the stream sniping got some attention. So that's some good news.
Or what for there from you, or do you notice?
Hang on.
No.
Hang on, let me try something.
You should pay attention to your chat over there a little bit. Right, some easy lanterns to do in with the tentacles or the gas cloud.
Right. It's like a
Yeah, I
soul,
can draw.
right?
Bullets saying race.
What was that, Snowy?
Oh. Bullets apparently were. Bullets yelled racist something or two wrong. Oh, 2-1. What? Okay, so I got 3 people watching on D Live, and
Well, hello to people over on D Live.
yeah. Oh, even says to read his super chat if you haven't already.
I don't got super chats. I need another 523 subscribers, I think. And hello, Reed. How are you tonight? What are you up to, my friend? You available to come in, or you want to come in? Whatever. Get another Canadian's perspective on the Trudeau fiasco.
Yay!
Bonjour. Comment va? I'm good. I think he's asking how I am in French. Saying hi and asking how I am.
I'm bad.
I think.
Maybe.
I took it in school because I had to, but I forget like 99% of it.
Understandable.
Because if you don't use it, you lose it. And there's
Yep.
nowhere for you to use it in everyday life. So,
Right. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If you don't take it out and use it, it's going to rust.
say bien bin, says Bullet. Actually, Bullet's another Canadian too. Wonder what he thinks of the Trudeau fiasco.
Hmm.
As I'm calling it. As of now, apparently.
Yeah.
Clearly, somebody liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all that fake news out there. Most people buying it.
Yeah.
We have it here in Canada too. Maybe even more so.
It's fake news.
In fact, the one news network that we've got that isn't really fake news called Rebel Media, which you probably may or may not have heard, or Rebel News as they're calling themselves now.
Huh. Sounds like an
What?
sounds like an alternative to Infowars.
Not quite, but
Oh.
what was I saying? Yeah, they're really getting the bum rush from the government for they were being blocked at a lot of times for letting things in. People do, but people treat them as bad as
Right.
Infowars or something like that. It's like, oh, you're with Rebel. It's not like you're with Fox. Fox at least has somewhat of a good somewhat decent reputation.
I don't know. Depending on who you are.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's Mange Montrez Grand Vinde. I have no idea what that even means. Grand, big.
Bullet yelling bum rush on a D Live. Where do you guys get these? Where are these guys getting these gifts?
What, on D Live?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just start watching random streamers and then just grab them from other people.
Oh.
You see one you like that somebody posted, you just touch it, hold it there, and then you get the option to add it to your favorites.
Okay. That makes sense.
The couple days that I did, I got like 800 lemons or 800 in the stuff or whatever. I'd love for my stupid OBS and all that to work properly so I could stream over there on a regular basis. I'd like to get this set up to go over there and stream on a regular basis. There. Make some money.
Yeah. This will be good. This will be a good setup if I ever want to do like commentary streams.
Yeah.
Huh?
Said yeah.
That's not what it sounded like.
Commentary?
Well, Angling Teen has done this. Angling Teen does this weekly thing where he takes where he goes on like the DC streaming service and picks a movie, and he and someone like Dr. Venkman or anyone else who wants to get in on it, and they can, and we comment on the film or different sections of the film, kind of like those commentary, kind of what you see on those commentaries on DVDs.
Adrian T 2099 is in the house. He says, "Crusher Joe!" Not many people know that anime. Well, you have Bullet to think of it. Thank for it. I believe he was the one that suggested it tonight.
Yeah. Right now when I before I came to this stream, they were talking about the top top 10 or 20 films of 1997.
Oh yeah. You want to come on, Adrian, or can you come on? I know it's been a while.
Yeah. The bullpen is in full effect tonight, sort of.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I think I might do this every Tuesday now.
Cool.
Yes. Do a 10 because I got nobody else is that we know of is doing anything, so I'm not stepping on any toes or anything.
Right.
Agent says, I've only seen one Crusher Joe movie, and then he says, Bullet, bringing back old school.
All right, what I want to know is anybody out there seen what is my favorite anime series, which is Last Exile?
Even why you're refusing to draw Psycho Bisujima, I have no idea who that is.
Neither do I. I'm not refusing. The last few, it's got to be some, I guess, I've said the last few weeks. First one in the chat, the last couple of weeks, first one in the chat gets to say who it is. Bullet happened to say before I even got off my stream this afternoon. Although Evan has done that several times. But
so Adrian's going to take a shower, huh?
But he's not going to live stream it.
I'm going to try and be on till midnight. We got some people here in the panel, so that should be fairly easy to do.
Yeah.
Except me think too hard. Me no talk when me think too hard.
Yeah, I know.
Bizarro trusty head hurt.
Huh. Well, last I saw him, he was with the Terrifics.
Bizarro, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was teaming up with Mr. Terrific for some reason.
Let's see. Bullet says, I'm the best. You read about the shower. Adrian says, Last Exile. Yes, I've seen 7 parts of it. Seen parts of it. The concept artist has a lot of fantastic art books.
Yes.
Yeah.
I managed to find where someone had put a lot of those art books online, and so I was able to download a lot of it to look at. Yeah, his art is fantastic. A little got a bit of a Lolita fetish.
Oh, yeah. But we ain't judging.
Yeah, but the story was really good, and the animation was pretty good. Okay, now movies. Favorite anime movie for me is probably Steam Boy.
Yeah, you want to know who else seems to have a bit of a little or at least had a little bit of a Lolita fetish going on? The guy who did Gunsmith Cats.
Oh, Kenichi Sonoda?
Yeah, that's him.
Haha. Gunsmith Cats had a great intro song. Theirs was up there, maybe not quite as good as Cowboy Bebop, but it was good too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not just talking about the adolescent girl from Gulf Force who spoilers alert, actually survived the movie. But that Minnie May character who was supposed to be 18,
right? The one who was into the bombs.
Yeah, she looked like it may have been just the way she was drawn, but when I first read the manga, I thought she was. I was like, is Rally hiring 14-year-olds to run the gun shop?
Right. Then you find out she's a little horn dog.
Oh yes.
Let's see what we got here. Bo says, "Yeah, I have that." And if I get out, I'll come on. And Rocky says, "Be right back." Raggedy says, "That wasn't the real Bizarro. The real Bizarro stuck in an alternate dimension with Artemis." And Adrian's, I have a lot of I have copies of a lot of his books, and Bo says, "Gunsmith Cats is great."
Great.
I don't know why I did it with a bit of a Scottish accent there, but
it's just fun to do, lad.
Yeah. I'm Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod.
But yeah, if you haven't watched Steam Boy, you really should. I think it's by the same director who did Akira. It's just really a great movie. Turn of the century, England. Steam powered everything.
Yeah. Another good one was Exile.
Just Exile. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Bullet says, "I love the ambient TV background noise." Automoto?
No, I think he means at one of you guys' house.
Not mine. I think that's Shinobi.
What's he saying?
He likes the TV noise in the background.
Yeah.
Bullet.
Haven't seen. Oh, Hail Exiles. Hail Raven. Every time I see that, I just want to say Floyd Laven for some reason.
And Bullet says, "For some reason, background TV is my favorite." Okay. Okay. I just need to get you the link, Adrian. Give me a.
Oh, he's coming in. Cool.
Probably already had it. Probably. Copy it.
There we are. And my character, Cherry Blossom, getting a friendly hug from Gwenpool.
Cherry Blossom seems to be friends with a lot of people.
She's friendly.
She even knows Skunk Girl.
Yep.
It's only about a week. Okay. I took the seminar, I took my talent, I signed up with John and Mine, and then we got the salary or back to the clothes and, and I will have a press release drawn up that the pressure is on the situations on the game. We decided to part ways, but it's what we're
My computer's just deciding to be slow, Adrian. At least, on Twitter right now.
Crap.
I just sent you the link, Adrian.
Yes. Oh no!
It was in Cross Comics 1, which I don't think you're part of.
Yeah. I don't think I'm a part of that either.
Part of it?
No.
Yeah. Well, Cross Comics 1 is the newer one I made up. But I've got an older one that's Adrian's actually, and I just didn't want to put it in there for right now for whatever dumb reason.
Gotcha.
That's Adrian.
Excuse.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Adrian, what's going on?
Pointless.
You guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Hello, Adrian.
Hey, how's it going? For the conversation
yourself?
when you guys started talking about anime.
Yeah, we were talking about anime a little bit. Gunsmith Cats.
Yeah, Gunsmith Cats has one of the best theme songs
Yeah.
and opening.
And not just the song, but the opening. Well, just the intro. It's got a great sequence of animation too.
The opening to Cowboy Bebop, it like precedes Cowboy Bebop's opening, but it's very similar. They have very similar openings to each other.
Yeah.
I used to own Gunsmith Cats on VHS. Someone stole it from me a long time ago, though.
Oh.
It's okay. You can watch them all on YouTube now.
Yeah.
I may have to go watch it when we're done here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one that's worth watching over and over.
Yeah. I actually caught an episode of Arbor Fleet Die Rugger 15 or today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's some old school.
Yeah. For those of you in the chat who don't know what that is, think of the vehicle team Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Voltron. Cool. Let's see. Bullet says, I think Shinobi would love the manga/anime Hyper Police. And then JP4's here and he says, Rick, I need some help with the Mounties. What did you do?
Bullet's probably correct there. I've actually read that manga.
But yeah, technically there were 3 Voltrons. It's just that the vehicle team Voltron was so infamous amongst fans, they decided to scrap that project and give us more episodes of the Lion Force Voltron.
Yeah, well, that's because they took it from 3 different shows.
Yeah, but they decided, that's kind of part of the problem. It wasn't industry standard at that point. I mean, in order to justify syndication, you had to have like 100 episodes, and both Go Lion and Director 15 were like 50 episodes each, so not enough to justify, not enough to hold a series on their own.
Right. Yeah. Well, you also have like the problem that most American companies, when they bought the rights for these shows, they didn't want to follow the script of the Japanese, because there was like property rights and copyright rights and
Not to mention there was
that. So they had to change the shows around a lot.
Right. Not to mention there was stuff in there that was too Japanese, too violent for the time.
Right. There's a lot of that.
Especially Go Lion.
Yeah. I've never watched the original Go Lion, but I've always wanted to try to get a hold of it and I know how to find it, but I just haven't sat down and watched it.
Well, with Go Lion, you only follow one rule. If Voltron ever talks about someone going to another planet off screen, or it was a robot, that subject is dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to know.
So the question I would have is, has anybody ever watched Voltus 5?
Voltus 5. I keep hearing about it, but I never watched it.
Yeah, it's an interesting show because it's just like in the vein of like the Voltrons and stuff like that, except the difference is they actually make a lot of the bad guys sympathetic characters throughout.
Right. Yeah, that one.
And it's
JP got his truck impounded in the game.
Oh no, JP.
Oh, no. Well, that's why he needs help with the Mounties.
Yeah, making bad guys.
I don't know how I can help him.
But making bad guys sympathetic, that would never fly in an American television show at that time.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Voltus 5, like the bad guys, I can't remember exactly what the whole deal is with them, but they're one's coming to Earth. There's, I think, like another group of bad guys that are even worse than them that kind of control them, or something like that. I can't remember, but they're all like royalty and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's also, it's like an infamous show in the Philippines, because it was like this really famous show back in the 80s in the Philippines when there was like I think it was the 80s or 70s, when there was like a dictator that was controlling the Philippines at the time. And they aired the show, and the show is all about like pretty much a rebellion against the dictator at some point towards the end, right? So when like the big climax episode's supposed to happen, the show gets canceled.
Right.
So they always said that the show got canceled. Like the rumor was the show got canceled because the dictator that was running that country, like the president or whatever at the time, he shut it down because it was the story, like the last 2 or 3 episodes was this story about rising up against the evil government.
Right.
The truth of the matter is, I guess, that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It just got shut down. So a lot of people in the Philippines never saw the end, but they grew up as kids. So the thing that's really funny about it is that everybody knows the theme song in the Philippines from a certain age demographic. They know the theme song of that show. So like, I found a YouTube video of a guy playing the theme song in the mall, and everybody just like gathered, like all these like 30-year-olds and 20-year-olds gathering around listening to it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But it was a very popular show in the Philippines. I've actually watched about a good chunk of the series. It's really good, but it's old school animation. So
Oh,
if you
Ed
can't stand the old school, It's hard to get through.
E. Ortiz is in the D Live chat.
Hey,
We could have used we could have used your help earlier.
Yeah, that's the thing. We can't see it if we're watching YouTube because of no restream bot.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I can't watch YouTube right now because I'm on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one of my favorite animes probably though is it's Ghost in the Shell.
Standalone?
All of it, every Ghost in the Shell. I'm just a huge Ghost in the Shell fan.
I take it you've read the manga.
I have read the manga. The second one gets really strange. Surprised you knew Sonata there, Trusty. you.
Well, I read the manga, and I believe I have the anime somewhere.
Yeah, he was a big character concept artist for a long time in the anime world.
Yeah.
I remember, as a matter of fact, I think he worked on Bubblegum Crisis.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Bubblegum Crisis. I didn't watch Crash.
Yeah, I've never watched Crash.
I didn't watch AD Police Files.
I have watched AD to Police Files. It's very different.
Yeah. But I did watch Bubblegum Crisis 2040.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that show.
It's not as good as the original, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
So it's funny because Crusher Joe is like, not many people know Crusher Joe. So I'm impressed with Bullet knowing who Crusher Joe is because I think there was like 3 or 4 movies. And it's a rarity among anime fans to even know what that show is. I discovered it through a podcast about anime, like old school anime.
Well, I've talked with people who are supposed anime fans, and they didn't know what Macross was.
That's the thing, though. If you get a certain demographic of anime fans, they don't know what Macross is.
Right.
Okay, let's hear it. I can take it. You're what? No, you came. He's not.
I own the original Mosquito.
Oh, I have that too.
Yeah. I got like
I never got a dub.
don't know if they ever made a dub.
They did not. They didn't.
No.
They didn't make a dub for Mosquito or Southern Cross. And I have both.
Yeah, I've never seen the Japanese version of Southern Cross. I've seen Macross and I've seen Mosquito. Mosquito is my favorite. In Robotech, it was my favorite season, and I like Mosquito better though.
Yeah.
Bullet says he has the movie manga of Crusher Joe, Adrian.
Which one? Because there's a couple, I think.
One person's trying to squash another's irritating fail. I just don't understand why you keep telling people to.
And he says, what about Parasite Dolls? I'm not sure what that's referring to exactly, except for an anime.
Another thing. Yeah. I've never seen Parasite Dolls.
I haven't either.
Nope. Familiar with the name, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it too, because if you run in certain anime circles, you'll know the thing. You just won't. I've never seen MD Geist either, and it's infamous for being terrible.
It is. It is, especially Death Force. That was the worst.
See, for me, I love schlocky terrible stuff just as much as I love good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like my fair share of schlock as well. I just didn't like Geist.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things about that show.
Yeah,
That
it only
movie.
Yeah, and Genocyber, never again. Never.
I have read the comic of Genocyber, but I've never seen the movie.
Did the comic have the scene where they pulled the 10-year-old boy's pants down and assaulted him sexually?
I don't remember. Probably. It's been years since I've
Yeah,
read it. Like,
I will never forget that scene. It's like, no,
yeah.
never again.
Well, unfortunately, there's something. Well, it's not like as graphic, I don't think, but one of my favorite animes of all time has boy getting raped storyline, which is Berserk.
Oh, Berserk.
Ah, yes.
It's done in a more. It's not like a glorified manner or anything like that. It's very tragic and horrible, like it should be portrayed.
Well,
I remember when people were freaking out about that scene in Watchmen with the comedian and Sally Jupiter. When I finally watched it, I was like, "That's it? That's what you people are freaking out about?"
Yeah, it was very. You're talking about in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tame compared to a lot of other things.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Macross Plus, all Go did was tear her shirt.
Well, the thing about Berserk though is it's like a key part of the character. Like it's traumatizing to him for almost the entire part of his life. At least in the anime, it's something he has to overcome.
Right.
So
because he couldn't do anything to help her.
Oh, I'm not even talking about Casca. I'm talking about him. He was raped as a child.
Oh, I apparently did not get to that part. That would explain why he freaked out when. Well, that would explain some of his other panic attacks.
Yeah, it actually is part of why he has the panic attacks that he has. It's not the guy that he that took him in or anything like that. It's like one of his soldiers or something. I can't remember, but I think the guy that took him in might have just allowed it to happen or something.
So yeah, nobody says anything.
Since I've watched it.
So yeah, nobody says anything about that. But Goblin Slayer, everyone is losing their minds, and this anime has to be canceled.
Different time period.
Yeah.
It says he has a sizable Laserdisc anime collection. Laugh out loud.
Ooh.
You have what?
Apparently a
Laserdisc.
Oh, Laserdisc! Wow.
Yeah. You know those record-sized DVDs.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Yeah, those things are like as big of a as big of as a record.
Mm-hmm. I never knew anyone that owned Laserdisc.
I may have known one person who owned a Laserdisc player. Knowing someone who owns a Laserdisc is like having that one friend who owns a Neo Geo console.
Well, back in the day, I would have been that friend.
Jeez.
I freaking love Neo Geo stuff.
I like their games, but I never owned a console. The closest I got to most of their games was rating them for the Genesis.
I was a huge fan of the Samurai Showdown series.
Yes. So. Too bad the motion picture was a pile of crap.
Yeah, I have never taken the time to watch that because I heard a lot of bad things about it.
Yeah. The foot soldiers are bleeding white out.
I will say though, if you want to see some good martial arts fighting based off of a fighting game anime, the Fatal Fury movies are pretty darn good.
Yeah, those were the best.
There's one that's like really good, but I just can't remember which one it is.
It wasn't the motion picture, was it?
Huh?
It wasn't the motion picture, was it?
Well, it was one of the movies. It might have been the motion picture, but I don't remember because there's a couple Fatal Fury movies.
Yeah.
I had one that was based off of Toshinden, Battle Arena Toshinden.
Oh God, so terrible. That one was
And
great.
then Fire Emblem, it's like a popular game all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But nobody knew what Fire Emblem was back in the day. It's a huge series in Japan and always has been.
Right.
But I knew about Fire Emblem years ago because they had an anime like OVA of Fire Emblem.
Right. Another bad one was remember that Tekken movie?
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah, that was another bad one. I have never and that's when I first saw it. And I thought the dialogue issues was just an issue with the dub, but when you watch it in the original Japanese, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
And I'm like, is this supposed to make any sense? Because it doesn't.
Well, in the theme of fighting games that we're talking about here, and the theme of the fact that it's October and Halloween's coming up very close,
Right.
there is a Darkstalkers anime. And if you don't know what Darkstalkers is, it's a video game where you play like the monsters.
Yeah, you play there's a vampire, a werewolf,
Mhm.
a Frankenstein monster, whatever Felicia's supposed to be.
Paul says, I am that friend, except I have a 4-slot Neo Geo cab in my living room. Laugh out loud.
Nice.
I like Neo Geo. I would have liked to own one. But they were expensive.
They were super expensive. I got one off of resale years ago.
I think Darkstalkers had an anime. Yeah, Night Stalkers had an anime, and there was and they tried to make a cartoon here in the States out of it.
Yeah, I never watched that, but the anime is excellent. It is like one of the best fighting animes that I remember. I haven't seen it in years, but I did watch a clip of it just recently, and it was still good.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the American Street Fighter cartoon was just as bad.
It was bad, but I still watched it. I was a huge Street Fighter fan. I loved fighting games when I was that age. Fighting games were my game.
So was I, but after one episode, I was like, okay, this doesn't. It's like, okay, Guile's the main character and not Ken and Ryu. I ain't watching this.
It's America. It was based around the TV or the movie.
Oh, the Street Fighter movie?
I'm gonna make the Japanese people the heroes of the American television show.
Ken was an American. Make him the main character.
Yeah, they could have made Ken. I always liked Ken better than Ryu anyway.
I mean,
what about you, Trusty? Did you play fighting games back then?
Nope, never did.
Really?
Yeah, just couldn't get into that. I like more story games.
Oh, okay. So what were some of the games that you liked a lot?
Well, my favorite game of all time is Red Dead Redemption 1. I've played that through at least 2 or 3 times, and the Undead Nightmare version. So I love that. I love the Assassin's Creed games, the Lara Croft ones, Uncharted, that whole series.
Okay.
Yeah, anything like that.
Anything old school?
Yeah, Just Cause. Just Cause is great.
Any retro type games?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
See, for story, I always went to Final Fantasy.
I liked 4 and 6. 7 was a good game, but
Does it hold up to time now, though?
Graphics wise, no. Story wise, a little bit.
Yeah, I see. I remember Seven making such a big deal.
Yeah,
People in my, I mean, like people that never played those games in my
yeah,
high school playing those games
yeah.
because
Yeah,
of Seven.
that that opening sequence always gets me. It's like pretty well rendered for 97, rendered a cut scene, and then you cut to Popeye arms. I can't think of another way to take
Yeah,
you out of a game experience than that.
I 6 is my Final Fantasy. It's my favorite of all time. If they remake 6, I will buy the system like the day it comes out that needs to play it. But they'll never remake 6 because it's a monster.
Yeah,
It would be impossible.
yeah,
Seven's big too, but 6 would be. There's just so many characters. There's so much going
yeah,
on. There's
yeah.
so much story. So much it's huge.
Yeah,
It's a monster of a game. If they remade it, it would be even bigger.
yeah, they'd have a better chance of remaking 4 again.
Yeah, probably. They did remake 4 though. They made a remix, like a updated version.
I did say again.
Yeah, they made it for PS2. I have it.
Yeah, but the JRPGs I enjoyed were the Fantasy Star games. Well, 4 at least.
Never played those. Lunar was another series that I was a fan of.
Yeah, I didn't play that one until it got to the PlayStation.
Yeah, I never played it either, but it was like this game that I glorified in my head as a kid for years. I don't know why, because I saw the ad and there was like, it was one of those few games where, and I was huge into anime at the time, where anime was, in the advertisement, like the anime style or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Pretty good looking Crusher Joe there, right?
Yeah. Fantasy Star 4 had a good anime aesthetic too.
Yeah. I never played those games.
Did somebody just read Bullet's comment? Final Fantasy IX was great. It was a return to the classic style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I actually own an art book, Final Fantasy IX. It's amazing.
I almost ended up not getting that game.
I haven't played a lot of the Final Fantasies. I would like to. The one I played the most was number 7.
They're so time consuming. That's especially the old ones.
Yeah. Well, everything is when your game is very story oriented and there are a lot of side quests, you're gonna be doing some time.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do a lot of the side quests, but I'm one of those people that I have to do the side quests.
Oh yeah, I'm like that too. Although with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there was just too many, and they kept generating. So
I heard that game is pretty large in its side quests.
I think when I finally finished, I had put about 200 hours into the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there were still areas that I hadn't visited,
See, I feel like that's Skyrim for me. When I played Skyrim, I put a lot of time in that game.
So, who here has mastered every piece of materia in 7?
Oh, no. I never beat 7. I never played it long enough to beat it. I just watched my friends play it.
I mean, I did all the side quests. I got all the limit breaks. I don't think I got every single piece of item in the game. I most certainly did. I beat all the weapons, and I certainly did not master all. I think I've only mastered like one set of Batera, and I think that was the green.
All right, so got an anime question. Have any of you seen this one? Not sure the pronunciation. Planets.
Oh, planets.
Yeah,
Nope.
Yeah,
I love this one. I've watched this one multiple times.
it's very good. Very
Yeah.
dramatic.
Anybody
And
out there who's
saying,
not familiar?
John out in the chat, and he's saying, "What's Crusher Joe? What's a Crusher Joe?"
They're basically, it's about a bounty hunter, basically, if I remember correctly. It's been years since I've seen
And anime, Dillard. It's an anime.
it. In space. Yeah,
It's
planets was
Otaku
good.
Night on Cross Comics.
Heard it? Sorry if I'm talking over you guys. It's once I get like probably 4 people in here or more, or I guess there's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
It starts to break up on me. People's talking, but
Right.
I don't mind. More people in here, the better.
Yes.
Looking good, Trusty.
Thank you. Yeah, all that's left is the signature.
Yep.
Yay.
Nice. Yeah, I've got about 4 pages done in the comic I've been working on with Cassidy.
Good, good.
Great.
Not bad for a 10-page comic, I guess.
I'm brainstorming Cherry Blossom's next adventure with Skunk Girl.
Yeah, I've actually been distracted a lot by well, I watched this documentary the other day called American Scary. Has anybody ever heard of it?
American what?
Scary.
Sounds familiar.
It's on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. It's all about horror movie hosts, like from the days of the cable or local access channel horror movie hosting shows. So like they bring out, like they talk about the first one, which was Vampira.
Right.
And then they move on from there to other ones, and they move up to like modern days, which there's actually a bunch of modern day ones still.
We had one.
Which is surprising.
We had one in this area called Dr. Madblood.
Oh.
I've never heard of him. I'll have to look him up.
Oh yeah,
So-
Dr. Madblood. He sounded like this. He had a big gray fro and wore a lab coat, and I think he was one of the local radio personalities.
A lot of them are
He had the
radio
great theme
or
song.
TV
It was Green-Eyed Lady. I think that's the name of it. It starts out with the do 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 do. You know that one?
Right.
Yeah. Well, Detroit has one that's Mac Wolfman, or Wolfman Mac, that ran for like quite a while. So now, like in our area, they run them kind of like on Syndicate on like a I don't know, it's a retro channel of some sort. But the funny thing is, Ohio is infamous for having these people, like these horror host shows.
Mm.
There was some guy in the documentary. He's like, "Yeah, I always wanted to move to Ohio because they like Michigan and Ohio both, I guess, have quite a few different ones."
Right.
He's like, because if you were going to be a successful horror host, it would be in Ohio, probably. So anyhow, I have been looking them up on YouTube to see if they exist on YouTube, which, come to find out, many of them do. So I've been getting a kick out of watching some of their shows. from all around the country.
Cool.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Crusher Joe had like 3 companions. There was a girl, a short guy, and a really strong guy.
Sure. Oh, okay. Dillard had to factory reset his computer.
Dillard's
That
on?
sucks.
Dillard's here?
He's in the chat talking about how ugly the baby is that I drew. It's kind of freaky with the no eyes, you know, if you don't know what's going on.
Babies are hard to draw.
Yeah.
Kids in general are hard to draw
Yes, they
because
are.
you gotta get that right look to them, or they just look like midgets.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like the old school. Yeah, that's kind of amazed me with like shows like G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe. Whenever they try to draw kids, it's like they just look like little adults.
Yeah, a lot of times. Speaking of Masters of the Universe, that's another thing I've been watching a lot of lately.
I just finished actually watching the whole original series.
Oh yeah, see, I'm going through it now. It started with me watching a best of the season 1, and then, well, actually, it started with me watching a documentary about Masters of the Universe on Netflix.
Right.
Which was fantastic.
Oh, the toys that make us?
No, this is an actual documentary about the show and,
Right.
and the toys. It's everything. It's all.
I may have
The
seen it.
toys are a little bit about the show because it's because of the toys that the show got made. So
Correct. I know what show you're talking about, but this is an actual like documentary. I forget what it's called now, but I recommend looking into it. It is one of the best documentaries about that kind of era and animation and stuff. And in the documentary, it was funny because they were talking and they're like talking to some of the animators, and one of them's like talking about how they used rotoscoping a lot for like the scenes where they would show over and over throughout the episodes.
Yeah.
And he's like, of course, it was looked down on at that time, but the dirty little secret was, and it's come out in recent years, that Disney did it all the time.
Oh yeah, and there's one sequence that I hate. It's in Disney's Robin Hood, and there's one where everybody's having the party in Sherwood Forest. They're dancing around, and they just took the exact same animation from the Aristocats,
Right.
and they just changed the costumes.
I remember that. I remember when I watched that. I remember going, "Wait a minute."
I'm pretty sure Aristocats came first, but I'm not.
One or the other. I can't remember which one, but I watched both of those movies around the same time. And I was like,
the look fits the characters in Aristocats better. That's why I think pretty sure it came first.
Right.
Yeah.
I speaking of the Robin Hood movie is one of my favorite Disney films.
Oh yeah. God, just the voice actors alone in that movie are fantastic.
That movie had so many good voice actors.
Right.
So many characters that were so good in that movie, like the guards.
George Lindsay.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, sing it again. See, that's awful pretty.
Yeah. Essentially, it seemed like they just took the cast of Green Acres and put it in.
I've done the Prince John. I think it's just Peter Ustinov, right? I've done that voice a few times. I've had to portray a a king or a ruler in the Sunday school worship program that we do.
Nice.
Aha. Yes, I lose more jewelry that way, you know.
That's pretty good.
It's fun. That's a fun voice to imitate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course, we had the guy that played Baloo was
Phil
Little
Harris.
John. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to Disney as a kid,
Here we are. Yes, everyone is on YouTube. I just opened up my D Live to see if I could stream snipe it.
What were you saying, Trusty?
I was just saying when I was a little kid and we went to Disney World, in one of the brochures, they showed a stuffed Big Owl from the Country Bears Jamboree.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I want that. I want that. So we looked everywhere. We went in every gift shop in the park, you know, and we asked everyone, you know, where can I find this? Where can I find this? Nobody had it. It was one of those things that was in the brochure, but you could not find it in the park. And so I had to settle for a Little John from Robin Hood. But,
nice.
you know, I loved that bear for the longest time. Wore it out.
That's crazy. Yeah, we went.
So you're saying your father bared with you while you tried to find it?
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
We just went. We took my daughter when she was like 4 to Disney World down in Florida, and I had been there once before because my uncle worked for Disney for 40 years, and when I was a kid, he got us in to Disney one year, and he helped us get in this time again. But I had never gone to the Country Bears Jamboree when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they still have it going, and we went to it this time around, and it was the first time I've experienced it. It is for like nostalgia retro fans like me. It's definitely one of those things that like I'm really scared it's going to get replaced.
I know it. I love it too.
Because
whenever
it's so
we go
good.
to Disney, I got to go see it.
Yeah.
Part of
You
that
see
is
them
because-
like you see them replacing a lot of this stuff with IPs now.
He's asking if Rick is drawing Michael Jackson.
Captain EO.
I could see
No,
that.
the face didn't turn out that well, in my opinion. That's for sure.
His hair is hard to draw.
Yeah.
It's that 70s anime style hair.
Yeah, I looked at a few different pictures I was looking at, and any one that it was hard to draw.
Right.
You know,
Well, the hard thing is finding reference material to go off of.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It is a hard. It's like very few people I've ever known to know what this show or what this movie is.
Yeah. But very few characters. A lot of characters had that hard to draw hairstyle at that time. Amuro from Gundam, the one main character from Die Rugger.
Oh yeah.
it might have been better going with the girl on it, but I just thought I'd go with the guy for some reason.
Yeah.
John, how closer is your Chrome to being downloaded and installed? Because John wants to jump in real quick to see whether things are working properly.
Have you?
And I'm going to be ending around midnight, so Eastern Standard Time.
Have you ever drawn? Yeah, that's 5 minutes from now. Have you ever drawn Captain Harlock?
I haven't.
Rick, has anybody ever asked you to draw Captain Harlock?
There he is.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hello, John.
Not much.
Hey, what's going on, Shinobi? What
What's going on, little John?
You got a full house up in here, huh? Look at that.
Yeah.
You got Adrian and Trusty.
What's up, John?
Oh, I got problems over here, dude.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I had to buy an external hard drive, wipe my computer. It just finally finished everything and set itself back up right now. So now I'm trying to reinstall the necessary things, and hopefully I got rid of the bug that's been allowing me to, or it's been prohibiting me from doing any kind of live streams with multiple people.
Oh, I see.
Ooh. That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fun, but it's nowhere near a nightmare.
Right.
The nightmare is I got 4 hours before I got to get up to go to work.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that game that you guys played on that game you guys played on Friday night was pretty fun.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
Wait, who's this talking? Is this Adrian?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's spots if you want to come and play for artists to come in and try their hand at drawing the best drawing they can draw in 3 minutes.
I'll have to think about that. I'm not drawing streaming right now too much.
I wanted Rick to come on. He told me no. He wanted to go set up for his con, which was more important, evidently.
Oh, well. How dare you?
This is the first time I've touched Streamlab. I didn't know exactly, or StreamYard. I didn't know exactly how to go about doing it.
Yeah, I think I am going to do this Tuesday nights, the 10 o'clock stream.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullet says we did a whole season already of Scribbattle over on my channel. You can go watch those.
Yeah. I didn't know what that was at the time.
It's fun just because you don't have to try hard. You don't have to worry about, when you sit down on a nice piece of Bristol, your hand shakes a little bit because you don't want to make a mistake. This one you can just do whatever you want. It's fun.
Oh, I just grabbed some printer paper and start drawing on printer paper.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the reason I was doing that is because I couldn't use my Clip Studio and screen share it because my computer was in such shambles that it would like drop the audio and then kick me out.
No!
So I was using my actual webcam, this webcam here, to like just pointing at the paper, and it was awful. So hopefully this thing gets sorted out, or
Right.
I don't know. But I just wanted to check to make sure everything was working well. And thank you very much, Rick, for shooting me a link.
Yeah, no problem.
Screen looks pretty good. Looks a little slow on my end, but
Well, this one might just because it's the webcam on the laptop.
yeah, maybe.
I don't know why, but you would figure it would be like decent, like a phone camera or something, but it's just the worst camera in the world. Okay, but Rick, I got to get out of here. I got some more things like I got to do before I can go to bed. But thank you so much for having me on.
You want to promote yourself before you leave?
Yeah.
Promote something? Or
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and everybody that is listening now, go on over to crosscomics.ca and check out his website. It's fantastic. All right. See you later, guys.
Night, John.
Cool. Okay. And actually, it is midnight, so
Yeah.
I'm going to be ending this. Shinobi, you want to promote?
Okay, so you can catch my streams on DLive at Shinobi Raccoon. You can also follow me on the Twitter at Shinobi Raccoon, as well as Instagram and of course DeviantArt. be sure to stand by on those, as I will be brainstorming ideas for Cherry Blossom's next adventure with Skunk Girl.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome. Trusty.
All right. Well, you can find me at Twitter at TrustySidekick3 and on Instagram at TrustySidekickArt. And always with the Digital Bullpen on E. Ortiz's channel. These days, we're doing Mondays and Thursday nights. And once in a while, here with Cross Comics.
Cool. Adrian? Anything you
can
want
find
to
me on, Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at AdrianT2099. And sometimes I pop up in the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Fan Edition on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, and you're welcome, Dillard. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to, we're not sure what we're going to call it right now. It was Late Night Drawing or something like that. It was suggested called Late Night with Cross Comics. Tell me what you guys think we should call this Tuesday night thing.
After dinner with Cross Comics.
That works.
Tuesdays with Maury. Wait, that's taken.
Thanks everybody in the chat for tuning in tonight and participating in the chat, of course. And thank all the panelists for coming on and participating. It's been a good night and I enjoyed it myself. It's a bit not as late. I'm not used to these late nights anymore. So, yeah. Although I got to get rid of it.
My night's just getting started.
Well, it's an anime talk with Viper. Although I'm going to have to get used to it for at least one more night because it's going to be a little later tomorrow night.
That's right. You're going to be up late tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
buddy.
Oh, my.
With Drawn and Quartered Pro Edition, remember, go over, vote for Rick. Vote for Cross Comics. Am I doing a mail? Am I there? Am I trying to get people?
You don't want to do a vote twice, vote often?
Vote early, vote often. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we will see everybody later. God bless. Have a great night, everyone.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Enough said, true believers.